know most people quit Vlogmas like as soon as Christmas hits, but I felt like I wouldn't be doing you any justice if I didn't at least do a weigh-in and a progress of how I managed or didn't manage my weight during the holiday season. And I tried actually looking this up to see what the average American gains during the holiday season. The results were, if I looked on Bing, there are a few things that said 6 to 8 pounds is what the average American gains during the holidays. Some said 1 or 2 pounds. It was just like all over the place of what the average American will gain during the holiday season. So with that in mind, this last week was probably the most, I don't know if it was, I guess it is challenging because like my willpower did go out a few times. So I went negative for the very first time in Weight Watchers and my points. Like, when I say negative, even my weeklies were at a negative. And the worst part is it was like the first day of like the new week coming in. So like I've just been trying to come back from that. And then I think like 2 days in from like trying to come back from that, I went, it's the week of Christmas. I'm setting everything to maintenance. And honestly, if I forget to track things, if I remember things, great. It's Christmas. If I gain a little bit of weight, if I stay in maintenance mode, I'm just going to let it be what it is. And I'm just curious to see how this last week shakes out. And I will do one final weigh-in, which means I'm only going to have like a few hours to actually, edit this and get it up for you in time. So I'm curious to see what the net result is going to be. I have a suspicion. I don't know for sure, but I guess we're just going to have to go to the scale for the results. I feel like I have no idea where Vlogmas season went. It just went by in such a blink. Honestly, all of 2023 was just, it was gone in a flash, wasn't it? Was it just me? Is it just me that I felt like every time I turned around, I'm like,
why am I turning a page in the calendar? Because like, we just started the month prior, and then it was October, but it still felt like it should be August because it was just going by so fast.
Is that just me? Like, comment below if you felt like you were also feeling the same, like, I don't know what the pace of this year was. It was crazy. I don't know if like 2020 and 2021 were just so slow, like from we all slowed down, that this just seemed so much like faster by comparison. I don't know. I really don't know. A few things going on this week are my work friend and I are going to go see some Christmas lights in the area, and so that should be fun because I don't know that that's something I've ever really done as an adult, or at least certainly not in the last like 10-15 years, maybe longer. It's one of those things I feel like I take for granted. And so something I started watching on YouTube were like the reactions from like people in the UK or New Zealand and seeing how we like celebrate Christmas in America. And so that has been a little bit inspiring to go around with almost the lens of a tourist, or at least just appreciate what we have more than just I have in the past. So that's been a great positive thing of me watching way too much YouTube. Plus, YouTube, you can watch it for free. You can. Everything can be free. I pay for the premium, but you can watch it for free. Other than that, my uncle is having Christmas Eve dinner, and then my dad will be over Christmas morning, and we'll do some FaceTiming with my brother and his family. That's about it. Christmas has gotten awfully simple. I don't know if it's, it's kind of one of those things where you feel like maybe things fell apart when my grandparents passed, but then part of me is kind of like, well, my cousins are having kids. Maybe it's just easier for them to do their own thing. I don't know. I don't necessarily, oh God, I'm going to sound like a terrible person. I don't necessarily miss feeling like I have to rush around like a crazy person, though, especially with, you know, several sides of the family. And so, yeah, someone else out there is thinking it, whether or not we say it. I mean, I'll be the terrible person for you. Blame me. I don't know. So it's going to be quieter, and so by Christmas evening, I think I'm going to partake in another cultural tradition and get some Chinese takeout. There's nothing in the theater I really want to see, so I'm just going to do the Chinese takeout because, you know, I don't have anything else going on Christmas Day after lunch, so that's the plan. Just a few thoughts to wrap this week up. I did recognize that there were a few treats that I had that I don't want to say I regretted, but I definitely felt like they weren't worth the point or adding a little bit of weight back on potentially. But they were worth having just because it's like, sometimes you need that reminder of like, oh, this isn't as good as I remember it being, and so now I know next time, just totally skip it. I'm lucky that my coworkers do respect that I might not take all the treats, but they always offer in case I want them. And I had made that known of like, you know what, this week is not the week. If I only maintain, or even if I gain a little bit of weight, that's totally fine. Overall, for the holiday season, I am ahead of the game because I will have lost overall. Even if it's not at some, you know, whiz-bang rate of, like, dropping 3 pounds a week or something, and no, that's fine. I'm trying to do this in a healthier and more sustainable way, and in a way that I'm not feeling like my hunger is so bad that I'm going to go off the rails at any given point. Christmas Eve dinner got canceled because, I mean, half of Ohio is sick right now, and so it just didn't happen. Enough of that side of the family, it was down and out, and so we didn't have it. So I saved calories there. So then I went, well, maybe I'll just do like the whole Chinese takeout route. And Christmas is on a Monday this year. And coincidentally, Chinese restaurants also are often closed on Mondays. So without driving a stupid amount that wasn't worth it, I didn't end up getting Chinese. I actually ate pretty reasonably on Christmas. So really any setbacks are going to be because of all the candy and treats and snacks and everything. And I will weigh in tomorrow morning on my normal weigh-in day, and then try to quickly finish editing this for you. And so somewhere over here, somewhere in here, I'll put the breakdown of what I actually lost overall for the holiday season. If anything, maybe I gained it all back. I don't know. I was really trying not to be overly strict this past week. So the scale this morning was not awesome. It also was not tragic, in my opinion. Given that I've had so much processed foods, my digestion is not the same as when I'm eating more fruits and vegetables. And the last couple of days, I have started getting some of those back in. And so I expect that things will start moving along again soon. And also, I think a lot of things that I was guessing at or just simply forgot, or I was in the moment and I was like, it's fine. It's Christmas week. So I'm not mad at it. I knew what I was kind of doing. And so for Christmas week, I'll take it and we'll just keep moving forward. Thank you so much for sticking with me and Vlogmas. You guys are my diehards. Honestly, thank you so much. And, you know, just think of it this way. Now you're part of my OG family here on YouTube. I just started in like October, so thank you. Maybe November. I don't remember exactly when my first video went up, which is probably terrible of me. I should have probably written that down. Oh well, it's fine. You're here now. You're part of the OG family. I don't know if I'm doing Vlogmas next year again. We'll just kind of see how things go. It was also an incredibly busy time at work, so it got very difficult in that muddy middle of trying to get through year-end stuff. Again, thank you so much. I'm going back to uploading just on Sundays, and maybe a bonus here and there, but for the most part, Sundays. And I can't wait to visit with you in the next one. Bye.